Guys, I know this story's been out for a while, but I couldn't really do it because it was just so triggering to me. It brought back so many different traumatic experiences for me that it took me a minute. It took me a minute. Deal is that if you're unfamiliar, this is the Democratic Socialist National Convention. It took place in Atlanta. Tons of people have already made videos about it, but I'm kind of not kidding when I said it was a little triggering because if you're unfamiliar with my history or background, I've been in these circles for a while. I've been in activism, advocacy circles for a minute, and I spent a few years with the Working Families. And if you're unfamiliar with Working Families, they are a party in places like New York and I think in Wisconsin, and they're at advocacy groups in states such as New Jersey where creating a third party is so much tedium involved in that they just rather align themselves with a bunch of different organizations that already exist in the space and, piggyback off of whatever it is that they're doing. So they're having their convention, and this was what I want to say like 2015, 2014. I'm not sure, but I attend because I'm working for the organization at the time as an organizer, and they stopped the entire convention. And this is when I knew there was a problem. They stopped the entire convention because one person was misgendered, and they're like, okay, we're going to stop this convention, everything you're talking about, and we're going to go one by one by one by one and ask everybody their pronouns and how they would like to be addressed. And it was that moment I realized, like, wait a second, there's something really off here. And so here we are all these years later. And that, like I said in the beginning, is a little bit triggering. But yeah, this is also why Bernie cannot win. It's a part of the reason. Like, there's a ton of different other angles that are playing themselves all together at the same time. It's like a perfect storm. But ultimately, Mr. Sanders cannot win the nomination from the Democratic Party. And this is a big part of the reason why. Let's get into it.
Next thing that we have to talk about is accessibility. And communicate with us if, you need the mic held differently for you for any kind of reason. I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging, but it also is because everyone's doing this. And that's really important.
See, what he's doing is jazz hands, and that I took in lieu of taking gym back in the day, I took dance, and that's how I know what those are. Those are jazz hands,
Is there anybody here who's done abortion clinic escort work? Awesome. And additionally, with the noise issue, like, avoid hissing, avoid waving banners, right? Because there's all.
And that's the thing, all of these rules. No, don't do this, don't do that. Just be quiet. Just sit there as quiet as a church mouse because you might upset the person next to you. My goodness. And it's like, and like the thing I love about Senator Sanders is he's the type of person that if you were to be in this room, he would sit there quietly and intently and just listen to what everybody had to say. Unfortunately, instead of sitting there checking them and saying like, look, like, I mean, you literally infringe on other people's rights when you do this, because you have the right to, not be triggered. You also have the right to not be there if you do get, distracted by loud noises and the like.
All sorts of things. Don't talk to cops because those loud bursts of noise, even though this is a noisy space, we can do something like reducing that. That's really important. So please don't clap, shoot up these. By all means, don't talk to cops if there are cops there for.
And it's like, dude, but if you're injured or if you're hurt, or if you're in a car accident, or if you are in need of some form of assistance, if somebody coming at you with a knife, I'm pretty sure you'd like to talk to a cop. It's like there is such a walking, talking hypocrisy within these organizations in and of themselves that make it impossible for them to, be taken seriously. And when regular people, those who honestly just don't give a damn about this next person's triggering or anything else like that, and but are happy that their paychecks are a bit heftier now with Trump in office, then what do you think they're going to do? This is why honestly, it's not just Bernie and the Democratic Socialists. It's the entire Democratic left. That's completely the entire left that is completely just brainwashed and gone and up there and with their heads up their own asses.
Any reason at all, right? And if you do see someone talking to cops, let the marshals know. At space with any.
And now you would advocate snitching? Like, yo, man, like yo, officer, can you give me directions to this place? Because as a police officer, they are expected to know the area. They're expected to know their jurisdiction. Hey, how do we get to this, that, and third? Oh, man, Tyrone. Well, not Tyrone, but because there's not that many masculine or right-minded black men that stay within these spaces for very long. But Tariq, I guess, I don't know what these people are calling their kids these days. Tariq was over there talking to the cops, so we gotta have a conversation with him about that. What are you gonna do? Give him a blanket party?
Thing that's like an aggressive scent, for instance, right? If you don't know what to do, show up these, right? I'm sure there's lots of ways that we can communicate to each other without needing to rely on something.
If I could input that whole Team America World Police bit where he's like, if you're in trouble, go like this. And he starts waving his hands in the air.
That's going to hurt somebody else. We're almost there. But thank you. We are going to be visited tomorrow. I
gotta say, this guy needs a steak. This guy needs a steak and a shot of testosterone, man. Like, seriously, bro. Like, come on, man. Go do a push-up, man. This is ridiculous. Like, it's just a lot of real dainty energy. And, I think that's a good way to call it, because I want to call it feminine when discussing men. I don't want to call it feminine energy when discussing men. I'm gonna call it dainty energy. He has a lot of dainty energy all coming off of him.
By some MAGA protesters, right? With abortion clinic escort work, you don't want to engage with the MAGAs. You don't want to engage with them at all, because the priority is getting people in and out safely without them being harassed by anybody.
And they're definitely making sure that they can, the abortions and, if you want that abortion, don't worry. It's like, yo, what? These are personal things that people should be discussing within the realms of a relationship, not with the entire Democrat Socialist of America.
By you engaging with them, you are putting danger and stress on your comrades who didn't consent to that. We are safe.
I hope that you noticed that he used the word comrade, because yes, they are all comrades. This is communism. Regardless of how they try to say it is democratic socialism, no, it is the communism of my mother Russia.
We are strong because there's power in collective work, and that's exactly what we're doing here.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege. Yes. Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering.
Sensory overload? You basically can't handle people yelling. You can't handle loud spaces. But, and I guess that's really where it gets very weird, because it's well, then why would you go to some place? Because I have the right to go to this place. But, well, then you can't sit there and demand, in this space right here, yeah, you can. But, try pulling that literally anywhere else in the world. Anywhere that's not one of these spaces, it's not going to work out for you, my mans.
And chatter going on, it's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker?
Once again, the comrade. And the Asian lady talking about the comrade. I do not understand.
Against name, chapter, pronouns.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Oh my goodness, but gendered language. Oh my God. And y'all really don't think gender wasn't placed here to just create chaos at this point? I don't know, man. That is just on me. maybe, but this is just is chaos. All it is a way to create chaos.
Okay. And generally, try to be chill, right? Take a deep breath. And feel better before you say anything.
Thank you all so.
See, that's the thing. They're just so high and sniffing their own farts that they what's the name? That they can't relax. They are so high off of dainty and feminine energy and just running high on their emotions. And oh my goodness, I just can't take it. It's just so much. Yo. And we got this from the Blaze. I don't know if you noticed that little B at the bottom right there, but they tossed this footage of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez up in this video as well, from when she spoke to Nan, and she did the different inflection to like, hold on, let's play it.
Much for coming together and gathering today, because this is what organizing looks like.
Looks like,
This is what building power looks like.
Looks like,
This is what changing the country looks like.
This is what changing the country looks like. Slapping those hands too. Yes, girl. Cause this is, like I said, it's nothing but feminine energy and dainty energy, and that's the problem, Like, that's why this is genuinely why I think I'm going to name this one Bernie Can't Win. But either way, is like when you see regular people see things such as these, I'm sorry, but there's no way that they would want to step into that chaos. And that's what you've been doing. You've been like, I don't want to say you, but I'm just saying that's what, as society, that's the way in which we've been manipulated over the past 20, 30 years to, care so much about other people's feelings, to whereas you get absolutely nothing accomplished. I mean, nothing worth a damn getting accomplished. I'll put it to you like that. So, of course, Cortez is still a 35%er, but she's crazy as hell too. I mean, nuttier than a sack full of cats. Anyways, always calling everything white supremacy, and it's just like, lady, fall back. But that's her new tag. That's her new go-to line now. Or AOC's new go-to line is just that everything is white supremacy, and it's one of the reasons why I think Dayton or El Paso went down. I'm not sure. I can't recall which at the moment. But either ways, yeah, Democratic Socialists of America are completely nuts, and the people, and they're not alone. There's different cells. There's different communist cells like all throughout the country that feel as if the way things are, or the way things, the economic mechanism that we have in place doesn't work, and they want to change it. And the deal is that no, most people, this is what we got in play, so we make what we have in play work better for us, as opposed to just switching the whole thing out for communism. Come on, man. Come on. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube's definitely not going to do it. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? Does the DSA, any National Action Network, which is Al Sharpton's, hilariously just completely debunked? Like, the only people that still believe in these types of organizations are those who are within the communities that really need the most help, but they don't ask for the help because these organizations give them cash. It's always about the money. But let me know, what do you think in the comments? And until the next one.